If nobody applauds you, clap for yourself. If no one shows up, stand anyway. If no one sees your vision, hold on to it tighter. The truth is, there will be times when you're your only support, your own fan, your own motivator, your own coach and accountability partner. But that isn't weakness. That's where real strength is born. You have to stop sitting around, waiting for everything to be perfect. Stop waiting for praise. Stop craving permission. Most people won't understand the dream because it wasn't given to them. It was given to you. So it's on you to protect it, nurture it, and build it from the ground up. People only see results. They don't see the hours you lost sleep, the moments you broke down, the silent battles you fought in your own head just to keep moving. And guess what? They probably never will. But that's not a reason to stop. They might not be clapping now. They might not believe right now. But once they see the outcome, once the results start shining, they'll suddenly act like they always had faith. So don't live for their validation. Live for the version of yourself that keeps going regardless. Support feels good, but it's not essential. You don't need fans to do the work. What you need is grit. What you need is belief. What you need is the ability to keep pushing even when no one is watching. Some people won't get what you're doing. That's okay. It's not their duty to understand. It's yours to deliver. At the end of the day, it's not about their opinion. It's about your evolution. Want change? Then stop begging for permission. Stop looking for acceptance. Build in silence. Build while they mock you. Build while they misunderstand you. Build with trembling hands if you must. But build. Most people don't even show up for themselves, so don't expect them to show up for you. And when you're walking that lonely road, don't look back hoping someone joins. Embrace the quiet. That silence, that's where the transformation begins. It's where consistency is formed. It's where you finally learn to trust yourself. Move in silence. Win without noise. Rise without needing a push. Do it solo. Not because you'll always be alone, but because you're strong enough to take the first step. The ones who truly matter will catch up later, when your results are undeniable. The energy you're wasting waiting for people to believe in you, redirect it. Use it to improve, to work, to grow. Stack quiet wins. Stack solo sessions. Build your own proof that says, I'm not waiting for anyone. What separates those who win from those who don't? It's not just talent, it's timing, it's sacrifice. It's how you move when it's inconvenient. It's how you grind when the lights are off. The ones who make noise don't wait for it, they create it. Be that kind of person, the one who doesn't flinch, the one who doesn't break, the one who doesn't wait for someone else to make the first move, the one who acts. Nobody owes you a pat on the back. No one is obligated to motivate you. No one is required to understand your mission. But you owe yourself the effort. You owe yourself a shot. You owe yourself discipline. Because if you won't show up for yourself, who will? Do it solo. Hit the gym alone. Study alone. Learn alone. Build the brand alone. Refine the craft alone. Make sacrifices when no one's clapping. Focus when no one's calling. That's how resilience is born. That's how unshakable confidence is built. When you stop craving external belief, you become powerful. Because the only thing standing in your way now is you. Each time you feel like quitting, ask yourself, who am I doing this for? Who am I becoming through this struggle? What kind of life do I want to wake up to one day? If the answer is something better, then don't stop. No support? Keep going. No applause? Keep showing up. Tired? Keep grinding. Invisible? Stay consistent. That mindset is how legacies are built. You don't need to shout about your journey. You don't have to convince anyone right now. Just do the work. Let your future results speak volumes. Let your actions write the story. Your moment will come if you can endure the silence. If you can stay standing when it's lonely. If you can keep your head down and your heart in the game when nobody's cheering. Start now. Start where you are, even if you're uncertain. Start with a trembling voice. Start scared. Start while your doubts are louder than any support. Start anyway, and keep showing up. Stack one day, then another. Soon you'll start gaining momentum, then clarity, then power. That's the recipe. That's how winners are made. Not by crowds, not by followers, but through brutal consistency in the dark. Remember this: your dream is your job. Stop outsourcing it. No one's going to come rescue you, but you can rise for yourself. Every lonely step you take builds muscle. Every task you complete alone sharpens your mindset. Every sacrifice you make without applause gives you an edge. You don't have to shout it. You just have to show it when it's time. And if no one supports you, let that be your fuel. Let it prove to you that you're committed, not just curious. People won't take you seriously until your results demand respect. So let them scoff. Let them doubt. Let them speak behind your back. Just don't let it distract you. You're not proving anything to them. You're proving it to yourself. That you can do hard things. That you can show up on the bad days. That you're becoming someone who doesn't crumble under pressure. And that version of you, that powerful, focused, consistent version, that person is built through long, quiet days. Days without attention. Days where it's just you and the grind. Motivation is nice, but systems are better. What you need isn't more inspiration. What you need is structure. A plan, a setup so simple you can't ignore it. Put in the reps. Show up. Log your progress. Trust the process. Because every little system you build now, in private, becomes the fortress that keeps you steady in chaos. The discipline you develop today, that's tomorrow's confidence. Confidence doesn't come from the mirror. It comes from the struggle. From those moments when no one's watching. When no one is giving you credit. When no one knows you're still at it. But you are. That's when you're being molded. So stay at it when it's repetitive. Push forward when it's difficult. Don't stop when it feels like no one sees you. Because momentum builds quietly. Progress compounds invisibly. Growth sometimes hides before it blooms. But the law of compound effect never lies. Every effort, every word, every action, every early start, it adds up. You wouldn't expect a tree the day after planting a seed. So why act like your goals should bloom overnight? Roots grow before branches. Foundations come before success. So water the dream. Protect it from doubts, from distractions, even from your own impatience. You don't need others to see the seed. Just let them witness the tree. This journey, it's about transforming into someone your past self wouldn't recognize. That older version of you, the one who quit, who hesitated, who stayed stuck. You owe it to them to become someone different. Someone who made it. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You owe yourself results. If nobody's backing you, take that as a gift. Because when you learn to build alone, your roots dig deeper. You start trusting yourself. You stop leaning on outside validation. You learn to move quietly. You stop waiting for signs, and instead, you become one. Your goals require your energy, not your excuses, not your distractions, not your endless scrolling, comparing, or overthinking. Your energy is your power. Spend it with purpose. Use it to build habits that compound. Learn skills that reward. Invest time that multiplies in value. Use it to become the person you promised yourself you'd be. No one's going to do the work for you. And that shouldn't scare you. It should motivate you. You don't need to delay anymore. You can start from exactly where you are, right now, with the tools you have, in the body you're in, with the mindset you're shaping. That's enough. You're enough to begin. Nobody believed in David until Goliath fell. Nobody cheered for Jordan when he was cut from the team. Nobody bet on Oprah after she was fired. Nobody backed Elon when his rockets failed. The world doesn't reward the dreamer. It rewards the finisher. So be the one who finishes. And let's be honest, it's meant to be lonely. That's how you know you're on a different path. Most won't understand because they're not wired like you. They're not driven like you. They won't give up comfort, nights out, Netflix binges, or lazy weekends. But you will, because you're playing the long game. So yeah, it'll get lonely. That's the price of going higher. Do it alone, not because you want to be alone forever, but because staying stuck is not an option. Because being average suffocates your spirit. Because comfort feels like slow death. And deep down, you know that nothing changes unless you do. If it's hard right now, good. It means you're leveling up. It means you're in the fire. And fire makes steel. It means you're not hiding. You're facing the process head on. And that's how you build a version of yourself that doesn't crumble under pressure. Let the grind mold you. Let the silence teach you. Let the lack of validation build your humility. Let your consistency fuel your power. Want to know who you really are? Watch yourself when nobody's looking. Watch how you move when there's no one around. That's the real you. That's the version you're shaping. That's who matters. Show up for that version. Work for that person. Build for that future. Because your best self doesn't appear by accident. They're crafted through effort, through process, through self-discipline, through every moment where you almost quit but didn't. Doing it alone teaches you that success doesn't come from hype. It comes from motion. And motion creates momentum. So move, even slowly, even awkwardly. Just move. No one's coming. That's the best news. Because now you know it's all on you. Now you understand what you're capable of. Now it's no longer about if, it's about when. And when that moment comes, it won't catch you off guard. You'll be prepared because you didn't wait, you didn't wish, you didn't pause. You built. You built when no one saw. You built through the doubt. You built when everything told you to stop. And now, you're unstoppable. You're the kind of person who shows up anyway. Keep walking, especially when the only footsteps you hear are your own. Keep pushing, especially when nobody seems to notice. Keep showing up, especially when the results haven't surfaced yet. Because this phase, this quiet, uncertain season, is where most people quit. Not because they couldn't make it, but because they mistook silence for failure. But you're not wrong. You're early. When you're grinding alone, your mind becomes the battlefield, and every voice inside will try to pull you away from your purpose. Take it easy. Wait for the right moment. Maybe you're not ready. That's when you respond, I'm not chasing ease, I'm chasing greatness. And greatness, it doesn't wait for permission. It creates results. It builds proof. Walking alone forces you to decide. Step into your power or shrink back into comfort. One path elevates you. The other erases you. Make the choice. There will be days where nobody checks on you. No one asks if you stayed on track. Nobody reminds you of your goals. And that's okay, because it's not their job. It's yours. You've got to be the one who holds yourself accountable. You need to be the kind of person who doesn't need a crowd, a reminder, or a schedule to stay disciplined. This is about becoming the kind of individual you can rely on. Think about it. Can you trust yourself? Can you trust yourself to follow through when it's tough? To keep your word even when no one's watching? Because if you can't trust you, why should anyone else? When you do it alone, that trust is built. That's where you stop waiting for someone to pull you up. You realize, if I want to rise, I'll climb. And so you climb, in the dark, one step at a time. One difficult grip after another. And no, you won't feel powerful every single day. You won't feel inspired every time. But you keep moving anyway, because forward is still forward. And this climb, it was never meant to feel comfortable. It was meant to be worth it. Stop comparing your pace to someone else's progress. You don't know what they sacrificed, what storms they survived, what shortcuts they took, or what battles they're still fighting. But you know your road. And the only question is, are you willing to suffer for what you say you want? Maybe support will show up later. Maybe fans will cheer eventually. But if they never do, would you still be proud of how you moved? That's what matters. Would you still be proud of the way you stayed committed? The way you fought for your goals? Even when the only person who saw it was your reflection in the mirror? Because the mirror doesn't lie. It remembers the skipped days, the promises you broke, the excuses you made. But it also remembers the nights you didn't give in, the mornings you pushed through the fatigue, the days you cried but kept going. The mirror knows. And one day, that reflection will change. Gradually at first, then suddenly. Your eyes will harden, your stance will shift, your confidence will rise. And for the first time, you won't see someone trying to be disciplined. You'll see someone who is. Someone who earned it alone. If you're walking the hard path right now, with no help, no praise, no one cheering, you need to understand something. You're not behind. You're ahead. You're doing the kind of work most people avoid. You're facing the silence most people fear. And that means you're becoming the type of person most will never be. This is the birthplace of grit. This is where real hunger takes shape. This is how unbreakable character is formed. You're not weak because you're alone. You're rare. And rare things are powerful. So let people doubt you. Let them overlook you. Let them whisper, mock, roll their eyes. Let them call you obsessed, intense, extreme. Then let your results shut them down. Because when your moment comes, and it will come, you won't need to speak. You'll walk in with the quiet confidence of someone who built it all with their bare hands. No shortcuts, no favors, no audience, just relentless effort. That kind of power doesn't need claps. It doesn't need likes or retweets. It's earned and it stays. And when people ask, how did you do it? You'll smile because they'll never truly understand what it cost you. They didn't see the nights you were invisible, the mornings you woke up with nothing but faith, the months or years spent working in the shadows. All they'll see is what you've built. But you'll remember the process, and that memory will carry you. If you're doing this on your own, you're in rare company. Not because you're unwanted, but because you refuse to wait. Most people delay. They wait for the perfect partner, the perfect timing, the perfect mood, the perfect opportunity, the perfect setup. They wait for the stars to align, for motivation to show up, for validation to appear. But not you. You keep going. You keep building. You move forward even when the light's still red. You don't need the parade to march. You don't need the approval to begin. Do you realize how many dreams have died waiting for someday? How many goals have been buried under the weight of when I'm ready, when I have more help, when I have more time, when I feel better? Here's the truth. The people who win big, the real champions, are the ones who act when it's difficult, especially when it's difficult. If no one is cheering for you, make your own scoreboard. Track your own progress. Set your own standards. Compete with yesterday's you, not someone else's highlight reel. And if your pace feels slow, that's okay. The mountain doesn't care how fast you climb. It only rewards those who don't stop. You don't have to be fast. You just have to keep going. Let's talk about the foundation, your routine, your systems. They're not flashy, they're not exciting, but they're the game changers. When you're doing it solo, your systems become your lifeline. They keep you steady when your emotions beg you to quit. Set your alarm. Fuel your body the right way. Go train. Read that book. Create the habit. Then repeat it. Over and over. And when it starts to feel dull, good. That means it's working. See, the elite don't depend on hype. They depend on structure. If you want consistency, then build consistency. Not feeling it? Doesn't matter. Do it anyway. You think top performers feel like it every day? Absolutely not. They just stop caring whether they feel like it or not. Work through the exhaustion. Push through the anxiety. Move forward through the fear. Do it messy. Do it imperfect. Just do it. Because every time you show up for yourself, even when it's hard, you grow. Every time you follow through, when no one would have even noticed if you didn't, you notice. You're developing inner trust. You're growing grit and that kind of resilience. People might never witness your sacrifice, but they will feel the weight of your results. They'll see it in how you walk, how you speak, how you carry yourself. Your mindset will shift. Your choices will sharpen. Your presence will command the room. Because that's what happens when you're forged in solitude. They'll say you got lucky. They'll whisper it happened overnight. That they won't see the 5 a.m. alarms, the nights you skipped out, the weekends you put in work, the birthdays and parties you passed on, the comfort you gave up, the silence you endured, the temptations you blocked. Let them stay confused. You just keep showing up. Let's be clear. Doing it alone doesn't mean doing it forever. The right people will come, but only if you're already in motion. You attract stronger alliances once you've proven that you're serious. Real recognizes real, and those who understand the grind will respect your process. But if no one ever comes, guess what? You're still enough. You've always been enough. This isn't about resentment. It's not about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right. It's about honoring the fire inside you. The one that says, I'm not leaving this life without trying. Because if you don't take your dreams seriously, why should anyone else? Stop saying, I wish someone would believe in me. You go first. Stop wondering, why won't they support me? Support yourself. Be your own biggest believer. Be your own safety net. Be your own engine. You already have everything you need. The next level of your life doesn't require outside applause. It requires internal obsession. It demands discipline over dopamine. Focus over frenzy. Vision over vanity. That's the currency of real growth. Most people quit when things get quiet, when the spark fades, when the early hype wears off. But that's the turning point. That's where the real ones are separated from the wishful thinkers. That's where you dig in. That's where you say, this mission matters too much for me to stop now. Every rep, every journal page, every rejection, every failure, every tiny decision that seems pointless, they all matter. Nothing is wasted. Each one is a vote for the person you're becoming. And if you keep casting those votes, you change. That's the rule. That's how it works. Here's the key. Don't miss 2 days in a row. One missed day, that's life. 2 missed days, that's a habit going the wrong direction. 1 slip up, human. 2 in a row, that's momentum reversing. Guard your momentum like it's your most valuable asset. Because in a way, it is. Your future, your self-worth, your legacy, they all hinge on whether or not you show up when nobody else is looking. You already know what quitting feels like, so try sticking with it. Try becoming obsessed. Try showing up even when it sucks. You'll be amazed how far that alone will take you. The truth is, most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they lack patience. They give up at 40%. They check out the moment things get tough. But not you. You're here because some part of you refuses to settle. You know there's more in you. You believe there's another level, even if no one else sees it yet. That belief, that's your edge. That's your secret weapon. That's your internal fuel. And your breakthrough, it might be 1 more rep away, 1 more step, 1 more silent, gritty day. You're closer than you think. The breakthrough is just around the corner. Don't stop now. Bump back down. Don't let the silence fool you. It's easy to believe the quiet means you're failing, that no one notices, that you're invisible. But that quiet? It's the calm before the storm. It's the space where real growth happens. In those silent moments, you're building a foundation no one else can see. You're crafting strength that will show up when it matters most. Keep stacking your wins, even if no one cheers. Keep showing up, even if no one notices. Those are the habits that build legends. Your dream isn't a popularity contest. It's a responsibility. and it's yours alone to carry. So take ownership, take control, step up and show the world what relentless looks like. Remember, the people who matter will eventually see. But even if they don't, you're already winning. Because the real victory is the transformation happening inside you. You're becoming unbreakable, unstoppable, unshakable. Keep pushing, keep grinding, keep building, because the best version of you is being forged right now, in the quiet, in the struggle, in the grind. Think about this. Most people quit because they mistake being alone for being lost. But you're not lost, you're ahead. Walking your path alone means you're taking steps that others aren't brave enough to take. It means you're pushing past comfort zones, while most are standing still. The voices in your head telling you to stop, they're just the resistance before a breakthrough. Fight through them. Tell yourself, I'm not here to be comfortable. I'm here to be great. Greatness never waits for approval. It earns respect with results. Going solo forces you to decide. Will you step into your power, or will you shrink back into safety? One choice builds you. The other buries your potential. Choose wisely. Some days, no one will check in on you. No one will ask if you're on track. No one will call to see if you're holding up. That's not their job. It's yours. You must be your own accountability partner. Build discipline that doesn't rely on reminders or applause. This is about becoming someone you can trust, your own strongest ally. Ask yourself, can I trust me? Can I follow through? Can I keep my promises to myself? If not, why would anyone else? Doing it alone is where that trust is made. It's where you stop outsourcing your standards, where you stop waiting for someone to pull you up. You realize the climb is yours alone, and you start climbing, one step, one grip at a time. No, you won't feel strong every day. You won't be motivated every day, but you will move forward anyway, because forward is forward, and no one ever promised the climb would be easy, only that it would be worth it. Stop comparing your journey to anyone else's. You don't know what sacrifices they made, what battles they fought, what they gave up, and honestly, it doesn't matter. This is your race, your mission. The only question you need to ask yourself is, are you willing to suffer for what you say you want? Support might come later. Fans may show up eventually. But if they never do, would you still be proud of how you moved? That's the real test. Would you still be proud of how you built, how you fought for your goals? Even if it was just you staring back in the mirror. Because that mirror, it doesn't lie. It sees the days you skipped, the promises you broke, the excuses you made, but it also sees the effort. The nights you fought the urge to quit, the mornings you forced yourself out of bed, the tears you wiped away and kept moving forward. The mirror remembers all of it, and one day that reflection changes. Slowly at first. Then suddenly, your eyes sharpen, your posture straightens, your confidence grows. And for the first time, you don't see someone pretending to be disciplined. You see someone who has earned it, alone. So if you're walking this hard road right now, feeling alone, unseen, unheard, know this. You are not behind. You're ahead. You're doing the work most people won't do. You're facing the silence most fear. And that means you're becoming what most people never will. This is where real resilience is born, where hunger sharpens, where grit hardens. You're not weak because you walk alone. You're rare. And rare things, they're valuable. So let people doubt you. Let them laugh. Let them talk. Then quietly let your results change the story. Because when your moment comes, and it will, you won't need to say a word. You'll simply walk in with the power of someone who built everything from the ground. No shortcuts, no handouts, no audience, just relentless work. That kind of strength, it doesn't ask for validation. It earns respect. And when people ask how you did it, smile. Because they'll never truly understand the battles you fought, the nights you spent alone, the moments you wanted to quit. but didn't. Keep going, keep building, keep showing up, especially when no one is watching. Because that is what makes legends. That is what makes warriors. That is what makes you unstoppable. If you found this message powerful, like the video, subscribe, and comment unstoppable to show you're ready to own your journey. Stay strong, stay focused, stay moving. I'll see you in the next one.